Hey folks, Later here once again. Hope you can see me and hear me. Let's make sure my webcam is fine. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry, I went up a little bit there. Sweating a little bit. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Continuing with my Superman marathon. Now that I'm on the TV shows, now that I'm talking about Superman the Anime Series, I hope y'all enjoyed my thoughts and favorite episodes of Superman the Anime Series Volume 1. And now, today, I am doing my favorite episodes, my thoughts favorite episodes, I can't speak, damn, of Superman the Anime Series Volume 2. Yes. And I bought this in Volume 3 off Amazon, so, yeah. Remember, I don't review TV shows because I just don't see no possible way of reviewing a TV show. But that's just me. Some people have done it on YouTube. But I just never wanted to review a TV show. I was just talking about my favorite episodes and thoughts on it. And what did I think of Volume 2 of Superman the Anime Series? I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I do have a lot of favorite episodes. There's only 18. And I do have 2 okay episodes and 1 least favorite episode that I have that I didn't like here, but I'll get to all that. I would say I enjoyed this more than Volume 1. You know, Volume 1 really set the tone for the origin of Superman. We just fight some more villains. You get some new characters in here, some new villains as well, and I like that. You get a new superhero in this season, which I'll talk about that, which I thought was really awesome. Yeah, and you get some new villains as well, which I liked, you know. And some new storylines as well. So I think they kind of just amped it up a little bit more with Season 2, Volume 2. And I'll get into my favorite episodes, the ones that I thought the best, some of the best episodes, just like the Volume 1 episodes are some of the best episodes of the series, in my opinion. But yeah. Gosh, he's driving me crazy. But anyway. Let's get into it. Sorry, I seem a little tired. And again, I did write them down. I won't be talking about the world's finest, as you can see the picture right up here. Batman, you know, leading Superman with a kryptonite. I won't be talking about that because that came in the form of the Batman Superman movie. And I'll mention it again. I'm not going to talk about world's finest because I don't talk about the crossovers yet. And plus, I'm going to wait till I get to this movie, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. So when I get to reviewing that, when I get to review Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, then I'm going to read the Batman Superman movies. I feel like it'd be the best time. I'm going to start mixing things up a little bit on my channel here, but anyway. The Batman Superman movie, that will be, you know, a review for another day. So, a video for another day is what I mean. Alright. I do have Wikipedia here just in case I get confused. I got the episodes here. So if I forget to mention stuff, it just helps me out because sometimes I have a bad habit of forgetting stuff. But that's just me. Alright guys. So. Just counting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 15 episodes here. Just 15 only. So anyway, starting with my favorite episodes of Superman the Anime Series Volume 2. So let's get started. My favorite episode so far. One of my favorites are Identity Crisis. Now, like I said, we get new villains in this season, and this season they bring in Bizarro. Yeah. I know they got Mala and Jax here, but that was in Volume 1, so I won't be talking about that. So I don't know if somebody got the episodes wrong when they put the DVD out. They probably did. Yeah. Pretty much the episode starts off with Superman saving people, helping people as usual, saving a kid from falling and telling the kid to be safe. And you have him saving some more people. Clark Kent and Lois Lane is driving her car a little too fast. Clark Kent falls out of it. And guess what? Superman saves him. But there's a problem. Because Clark Kent is Superman. So, and he's like, Lois, you want to go on a date? And Clark Kent is like, because Superman's like, there's something strange here. And Superman tries to confront him, but the clone is basically Superman clone that Lex Luthor created, and the scientist, because he wanted to, I guess, in Volume 1, an episode called Little Piece of Home, when Superman fought the dinosaur, he started to bleed. His scientists were able to get a sample of his blood, and they created Superman clones. And when you found out this Bizarro, who was, excuse me, there's a picture of him somewhere. Dang, really? A picture of Bizarro? But he looks like kind of a blue monster, kind of with just a big face, Because him and Superman fight a little bit, he starts glowing, Superman's like, oh my gosh, you're going, and they fight a little bit, and then Bizarro is pretty much a dumb character, says, I am Superman, and he starts causing damage to trains and buses, he starts just causing damage, he's like, me is Superman, he tries to talk to Lex Luthor about it, he's like, am I Superman? He's like, is me Superman? He's like, you was a Bizarro, what? No, me Superman, me prove it. And he causes this damage even, he says Lois, because Lois wants to go to date with Superman, but it's Bizarro, and Bizarro takes her on a date to eat, and he's like, he takes Lois somewhere, I forget, to where he was created, and Lex Luthor says, okay, we're done with him, he's just a fellow soldier, so they try to kill Bizarro. Lois is like, no, don't kill him, because, you find out Bizarro is not really, I wouldn't say a villain, more of a sympathetic villain. He doesn't know what he does is wrong. He has a mind of a child, he's very dumbfounded, he doesn't know right from wrong, he doesn't know the damage he's doing is wrong. You can say he's kind of like mentally challenged a little bit, that's how I would describe Bizarro. He can't really help it though, and you feel sorry for him. Superman eventually comes to save him, and does fight Bizarro a little bit. Bizarro wants to fight back, but when he sees Lois in danger, helps her out, and he tells Superman, Lois, go, save Lois, Superman, you Superman, and Superman's like, he's like, and he flies away, and Lois like, Bizarro, you are here, and he sees me that smile, and then you think he dies, you think that he probably dies, spoiler, he doesn't, but it was a good episode. I like how they brought Bizarro in here, and then, okay, so it was Identity Crisis. Another third episode is called Targets, where we do have these two episodes mainly about Lois Lane. And first, you meet Lois, she's an army brat, she's able to handle herself in a bad situation, and kind of just, she's a wise ass too. I would say Lois Lane is, and always puts herself in danger, but in here, she's basically getting stalked by this guy. She wins an award for, I don't know, best reporter or something like that, and this guy tries to kill her, and Clark is able to see this, make an excuse to go away, and saves her, and meanwhile this person tries to kill her in her car. Clark Kent gets thrown away, of course he goes back to Superman and saves Lois, and he really kills her in the elevator. Superman is able to save her, of course, so Lois wants to find this out. She tries to go to a guy named Edward Libnier, I can't say his name right, who used to work for Escort. He was an engineer, he would deal with technology a lot. You find out that it's actually him that's been stalking her and killing her, because he says in his radio that he doesn't have a TV or something, but he mentions about her getting a reward, which, how can he know that, right? So she's like, why? Because when he got fired from Lexcorp, also they think it's Lex Luthor trying to kill it first, but Lex is able to get some proof out of it. And Edward Libnier tries to kill her, says, well, because when I got this call, you weren't interested in me, so I guess he says, because she wasn't interested in him romantically, he took it personal and started to kill her for it. But, it was an interesting episode. He wears this shield, like this belt that he can fight Superman. He does, get a few punches in with Superman, but Superman's ultimately able to take him down. He ends up in jail at the end, but it was a good episode. And then, this episode I thought was silly. Wait, that wasn't the next episode. No, it wasn't. Then the next episode called Action Figures, where you have Metallo returning. It's these two kids, which I forget their names, but their father, who's a volcanologist, I guess, is studying a volcano, and Metallo ends up swimming up to the ocean. When they talk to him at first, of course, it is John Corbin. John Corbin loses his memories, doesn't remember. He's like, I don't know who Metallo's like, I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. I forgot. I don't know. He's having these flashbacks of fighting Superman being John Corbin, but he still doesn't know. He does save people a little bit. They consider him their Tin Man, these kids do. He saves a guy in the truck, and eventually Clark and Lois are able to get hold of this, that Superman knows now that Metallo is back and that he's dangerous. So he does wear, the spacesuit. Or, you know what, no, it's not a spacesuit, I'm sorry, it's an anti-kryptonite suit, just like a spacesuit, just to protect him from, getting harmed by kryptonite or something like that. But eventually, the little girl gives him a toy like Superman, and then all of a sudden he remembers who he is, John Corbin, Metallo. And he tells the kids that he's on a special mission from somewhere, just makes up some BS story, and, tells them to keep their mouth shut, grabs one of the kids aggressively, and they start to see who he really is. And Superman shows up, and they start fighting, and Metallo uses his kryptonite heart. Even though he's wearing his anti-kryptonite suit, he's able to Metallo's able to destroy it and attack Superman for a little bit. And the volcano goes off, they're fighting, the lava. He's got Superman facing the lava trying to kill him. And Superman grabs his heart, which keeps him alive, and Metallo hears like, no! And Metallo jumps in the lava. And at the end of the episode, they tell the kids, he wasn't your friend, something like that. But then you see Metallo, who was stuck to a rock, basically like this. He's like, I'm here trapped alone. He can't hear, he can't see anything. He's like, I got to remember who I am. I'm Metallo. And then the episode is there. But it was a good episode of seeing Metallo in his full robotic form. But eventually he'll come back. And then an episode called, I can't say this right, Mr. Pitalik. I can't say it right. But Mr. Pitalik, I'm going to call him Little M. How about Tiny M? I'm going to call him Little M, because I can't say his name backwards. He's this creature, this imp from the fifth dimension, named Mr. Miss Pitalik, who starts annoying Superman. He's appearing, he's doing all this stuff to irritate Superman, just because he sees Superman cause trouble when he causes this mischief. He drives Superman crazy, and he tells Superman that only way to get me back to my home. He's voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, I can't say his name right, but he's got the voice of Iago from Aladdin. Yes, that guy. And, he's got that voice, and he's just funny. He's just, Superman's like, he's driving me crazy. He's able to turn Jonathan and Martha Kent into chickens, because they start doing this. Yeah, it's very silly. And he's like, you gotta use my name backwards. And he's like, oh, okay. And then Superman is able to show him say his name backwards, like, oh! And he sees Superman in the bathroom shaving, or Superman can shave with his heat vision, which I thought was cool. And Mr. Pitalik, little M tries to bug him again, and then he's like, nope. And he tries to fool him again, and he gets him to say his backwards name, and it just drives him crazy. He basically is obsessed with defeating Superman, proving that he's better and smarter than him. And his girlfriend, like, and it's just a very funny, silly episode. He has a girlfriend, I think, named Veronica, or whatever her name was, I forget, something. And, he tries to build this machine to build Superman. His girlfriend just says, why don't you just hang out with me, And he doesn't want to hang out with his girlfriend because he wants to spend time with her because he's so obsessed with defeating Superman. She tries to change on, she has these magic powers too, where she can try to change these clothes to impress him, but he's not paying attention to her. She throws something around, which I thought was funny. I'm going to go defeat Superman, and I'm back. Gilbert Gottfried just steals the show in this episode. He was hilarious. Then he's like, this time, you gotta say my name backwards twice. Maybe say it twice. So he's able to turn into an airplane like kryptonite to almost take Superman down. Superman chases him a little. He chases Superman a little bit. They fly throughout Metropolis. But Superman, while flying, gets him to say his name backwards in the air twice. He's like, oh, goes back. Because I couldn't defeat Superman. His girlfriend's like, well, since you're done with that, and she gives him a kiss, and he starts kissing his girlfriend. Oh, I like this, and he sees like a toy Superman, he destroys it, and it was just a funny episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't say the name of it, Mr. Piddlewitz, but I liked how Bruce Timm and them just brought this character into it. He's just a very funny, comical villain. Gilbert Gottfried just really brought the character to life. I mean, he was great. If he was in a live action, like in the Supergirl TV series, where I have down there somewhere, if he really did it in live action, he would be awesome, I think. But that's just my opinion. Because he definitely has the right voice for it. Alright. And then an episode called Double Dose. Yeah. Where we have the return of Livewire. She's basically in a prison. She's alone. She hates it there. They don't want to give her anything that's electricity because she can escape. She sees this guy with headphones and is like, come on, dude. Let me listen to the music. I'm just bored. He's like, okay. And gives her the headset, and she's able to get the electricity out of it. And shocks the guy to death. And she's eager to basically get revenge on Superman for putting her in prison and for making her like this. So she decides to team up with Parasite, not to cause mayhem, but her plan is, Parasite, don't touch me. Parasite, of course, like I said, Brady Jones, he escapes with her. She's able to use. She doesn't get in the water. Parasite gets in the boat. Well, like I said, with Parasite, he's eager. He's basically power hungry. So, when he touches you, he absorbs energy, and he can do things. Livewire is very powerful too, so he wants to touch her, even though she's like, don't touch me, I'm winning 8,000% of electricity false, because he tries to touch her first, and eventually he does get sick of it, but they commit crimes for a while. Superman tries to fight up against them, but Parasite's able to get at his powers, and Livewire, and Livewire, who, she kisses Dan Turpin. She shows up. Superman tries to fight her a little bit, but she's still, still like throwing the electric balls at him, kind of like electricity at him, and they're able to take Superman down. Superman has to find a way to defeat them. Eventually, he's able to pull on his plastic suit to protect himself, and he's able to fight them this time. But Parasite eventually betrays her. He's like, I'm tired of you telling me no, so he grabs Livewire. He's like, I'm going to drain you, I'm going to tie you up, chain you up like I did Superman, then I'm going to grab him and chain him up too. He sees, he grabs Superman once again, so Superman doesn't have his powers, so Superman has to run up the stairs run upstairs, and Metallo uses X-ray vision, sees him. Superman, since he's got also Parasite has, her, just like Superman's weakness, like when he used kryptonite to take Parasite down. Now he's going to use Livewire's weakness to take him down, which is water. And so he's able to, light up the water ceiling, the water goes off. Parasite once again forgets who he is. He does remember that Clark Kent and Superman, but forgets Livewire. She's like, you idiot, we could have had it all. And of course they end up going back to prison. But it was an entertaining episode. I like seeing two villains like Livewire and Parasite, who are pretty tough villains for Superman. I put them up there with Lex Luthor, but I know when they talk about the villains in this series, called the Mist of Metropolis Behind the Guns. I always said it was Lex Luthor. Loved Lex Luthor and Brainiac the most, but I would put Parasite up there and also Livewire, and even Metallo, because those villains can easily kill Superman, or can match him in a fight. But it was an entertaining episode, nonetheless. Alright, and then an episode called Solar Power, where you see Lois' stalker again, Edward Lindner, who is able to use technology in prison. He makes himself disappear and escape, and now he calls himself Luminous. He wants to seek revenge against Superman, and how does he do that? He is able to use these satellites. Like I said, the guy is very good at creating technology. He's able to create a red sun. Superman, he can lift stuff, he can punch something, but he starts losing his powers. He tries to save Lois from getting killed, and he's like, you see him sweating for the first time, and he's trying to find out what's wrong with his powers. He tries to lift the rock, he can't do it. He tries to use heat vision, he punches it, and it's like, ow! And he looks up in the sky, and then Luminous created a red sun. So Superman has no powers, Basically, it's Krypton's son. Under the Red Sun, Superman has no power, has no powers. He's completely a human. You know, just makes him human, makes him powerless. Basically, and then he kidnaps Jimmy and Lois. He's trying to find out what he's up to. He kidnaps Jimmy and Lois, and makes Superman go through these games. And eventually, Superman is able to get the yellow sun back. The yellow sun comes back, and Luminous is like, "No, I'm still going to kill you." Kills on Superman, starts punching him, and then Superman, grabs his fist. So Superman's like, "Ow!" Starts crushing his fist, and takes him down. And the guy ends up in jail. But it was a good episode. Luminous was a pretty good villain because Luminous, he was a good villain because I thought that he was really smart. He's dangerous and he can disappear. And he's really smart. He's a good villain, I thought. Okay. Alright, another favorite of mine called Brave New Metropolis. Yes. The episode starts off with Lois and Jimmy talking to Dr. Mill Hamilton at his lab, and they said that from the Phantom Zone they will create this machine that is a portal to other dimensions. Lois accidentally puts her hands in it and gets caught, and basically she ends up in a world where Lex Luthor and Superman work together, and the world is chaos. A lot of people lose their homes. Superman becomes almost this vicious monster, like a tyrant. He starts abusing criminals. Probably even kills you. You can't say in this episode because this show is basically for kids, so you can't see Superman, gut somebody or kill somebody with a heat ray. You won't see that. But people hate him. He's like a tyrant, thinking that he's bringing peace and stuff. Lois runs into Jimmy, who I swear has long hair like a rock star. And Lois is like, what happened? Lois, you died. There was a car in your bomb. There was a bomb in your car. Superman didn't get to it time. And after that, he started working with Luthor and changed to a black suit. Him and Lex Luthor, you see their faces together on, like a statue of their faces. Lex Luthor, Superman working together. And like a statue of them, they're basically the lords and master of the entire world now, of Metropolis. And, once Lex Luthor find out that Lois is alive, he's tells Mercy to kill Lois, which ends up failing. Instead of Lois able to get away, you see Lois fight. Because like I said, Lois was an undergrad. Her father is a general in the military, so she can fight, and herself she uses a gun a couple times, which I thought was cool. She nearly fell with Superman, thought she's a criminal. He's like, Lois, and instead he saves her, and he's like, well, after you died, I just lost hope. I wanted to tell how I had feelings for you, but I just couldn't tell you. She's like, and she slaps. She's like, why didn't you just tell me that? Well, we could have talked. I was like, I know, Lois, but I failed you. But you're not my Lois. And they had to get Lois back home, and of course, found that Luthor knew it, and Luthor was behind it, so they decided to go stop Luthor, what he's been doing, and Superman decides to go back to being good, and, says, Lex is over with. But, of course, Lex, knowing that someday Superman might betray him, it's like, I thought I'd never come to this, and of course he pulls that green kryptonite, and, he's like, again, I can't control you, so I gotta kill you, And it really works until, all the rest of them come in and help him out. Lex runs away. Superman tries to catch him. He tries to almost get into the pilot plane to grab Lex. But Lex has a green kryptonite. And Superman is able to damage the plane, and it kills Lex Luthor. He dies in this dimension. And Lois goes back there. Superman comes back, and the tyrant Superman, I guess you could say, is going to try to get people to trust him and make the city go back to being good again. And Lois tells... Sorry. can't speak. Lois tells Superman, she wants to maybe pursue a relationship, go true feelings for him. Maybe they should go on a date sometime, just to talk. And it was a good episode, though. I really liked how, saying this to mention this episode, I really liked the fact that they went there, that Lex Luthor and Superman working together, that the world would just be a horrible place if they worked together, especially if Superman teamed up with Lex Luthor. That would just be horrible, and the world would just be an awful place. You see it in, this episode of the world is just a black and dark, cruel place, the way it's become, and the way Superman becoming a tyrant and viciously mean to people, and they hate him, and I'm like, it gets pretty dark in this episode. I'm like, they had guts to do that. I'm glad they did. They have balls to do that. I give them that. But it was an awesome episode, one of the best in the series in my opinion. And then another favorite episode called Ghost in the Machine. Yeah. This is where Brainiac comes back. Lex Luthor was testing out a new weapon that can stop a missile. It doesn't stop the missile. And Lex Luthor's like, that doesn't go well. And he's like worried because the public can get him for this now. He's like, I can't believe that happened. And of course, Brainiac takes control of Lex Corp's computer, and Lex is like Brainiac, and he basically Brainiac holds Lex hostage and forces him to build him a new body, to rebuild his body after in the Stolen Memories episode in Volume 1, where he, of course, with his missiles destroyed Brainiac and destroyed what was open, so Brainiac wants to be built back and become more powerful, at least. Lex isn't even hungry. Lex hasn't gotten no sleep. He just looks tired and out of it. He's like, I need some food, and they get him some food, some candy. Lex just goes over there and starts chowing down that candy, and looks at his own reflection of his face, see how tired he is. And Clark Kent was like, where's Lex at? And Lex says he can't vote. He goes in the office. Mercy tries to stop him, but he can't really Superman, so he's able to move past her and says, well, where's your boss at? This coffee's cold. No one's been here for a while. And so Mercy goes to the camera and says that Lex has been in Sector 6 the whole time. Superman shows up because Brainiac sends these robots to kill her, but Superman shows up and help her, and they start to team up. And he's like, why do you work with him, Mercy? And Mercy, who is the bodyguard, he says, well, he saw me and he saved me from the streets. She lived on the streets. He made me the person I am today. So I guess you can say she's very loyal to Lex Luthor, even though it is hard to understand that a little bit. I'll get to that why later, but they go to save Lex. Superman and Brainiac fight. Brainiac's like, Superman, I'm a powered up this time. And, he's like, I prepared for the last time we fought. And he's a bit stronger. Superman's able to take Brainiac down. The building collapses. Mercy gets trapped under a building, or gets trapped under a cabinet or something like that, that's stuck on her. And she's like, Lex, help me. And Lex saves himself. I'm like, really? And of course, you can say Lex Luthor would do that, but you feel bad for Mercy, like, he just lets you almost die. And then when Lex tells her at the end to open it up, I know Superman and Lex have a conversation at the end, but when they leave, he tells Mercy, I'm not going to get this by myself, this door. And it's like Mercy's kind of saying thank you to Superman in a way, but you kind of feel sorry for her, having to be trapped by him, basically just like a slave almost, in a way. Like, he just doesn't really care about her. But it was a good episode nonetheless. And it's cool to see Brainiac come back as well. Alright. Another favorite episode of mine, we're not done yet. Then an episode called Father's Day. Yes. Where, since Father's Day is almost coming up, where you see that when the dark side, the world of Apocalypse, we see that in the beginning, Brutal Mayhem is there too as well. Darkseid wants to, destroy Superman. He tests his powers. One of his minions over shoving a weapon over to Earth, and Superman destroys it. And his son, Caliban, says, let me destroy him. Let me destroy Superman for you, Father. And he's like, no. Superman will be killed in time. But not now. I don't trust you to do it, And instead, when Darkseid's been is able to convince him to do it, so Caliban goes to Earth. But meanwhile, Clark Kent is bringing Jonathan and Martha Kent over to lunch, just for Father's Day to hang out with his, with the parents. And Caliban shows up to cause damage in a restaurant. Jonathan Kent nearly gets hurt. Superman tries to save him, but Caliban keeps on fighting. It keeps on coming back, and they fight until Darkseid himself shows up and orders Caliban to come back home. Or I don't know if Darkseid kills him or uses like his heat vision in his eyes to kill him. And Superman sees Darkseid for the first time. He's like, this is what. This is what Darkseid looks like. That is Darkseid right there. Voiced by Michael Ironside. Superman sees him for the first time. He's like, "Who are you? What was he doing here? Don't hurt him." When he was hurting Caliban. And he's like, and Darkseid's like, "I have no son." But he's like, Superman tries to tell Darkseid to stop. He's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "Who are you?" And Darkseid just has that evil kind of grin at him. Like that. He's like, "Who are you? Answer me!" He's like, "I'm Darkseid." He's like, Superman really tries to, I guess, wants to fight, but Darkseid is strong enough to use heat vision to take down Superman. He's a very powerful enemy for Superman to face. And he's like, sooner or later, Superman, I'll be coming. Darkseid is going to be taking over this planet. Either you'll worship me and serve me as your Lord and Master, or you will die. And then he just leaves. But it was a really good episode, and I like how we got to see Darkseid again. I feel like Volume 3. It probably is going to be in Volume 3 when I'm going to watch it next. We'll see more Darkseid try to take over the Earth. So I think it was just a really nice build-up. Okay, World's Finest. I didn't watch that. Alright, another episode called Bizarro's World. Okay. Another favorite, Bizarro's World. In this episode, Bizarro, pretty much, he did not get destroyed in the lab as I said they created the other clones, which was destroyed, but Bizarro is fine and alive, and he's trying to find out where he belongs, and he's scared, and even Superman can understand that and feel sympathy for him. They think Bizarro might be dead, but Bizarro is still alive. He goes to Superman's Force of Solitude. He fights with one of the monsters. Superman has with these pets that he got from the Berserker ships, and he keeps them warm as a pet. He touches, since he has Superman's DNA, he's able to touch this codex or whatever, or this machine box that tells him about Krypton. And what he wants to do is rebuild a home, and he tries to make Earth into Krypton. Tries to bring a father, bring his pet, and bring Lois. He's like, "Lois, come with me?" Dan Turpin says something funny, I forget, but it was something funny. Superman says he's got to stop him. Him and Superman fight a little bit. He says, "Alright, now Krypton got to get destroyed. Since we can't be home no more." So Bizarro tries to destroy people, destroy Krypton. The planet Earth, in his mind, is Krypton. Like I said, he's dumbfounded. He's a dumbfounded character, doesn't know any better. Tries to destroy it with a missile, but it doesn't work. As Superman's able to stop him and convince him that Lois is there. He's like, "Well, where are we going to live? Where do we want to live? Where do we belong?" And Superman finds him home and gives him the pet, and Bizarro likes it. And it was nice to him give Bizarro a home. But it was a good episode. I like seeing how Bizarro came back. Like I said, I do feel sympathy for him as well. Because Bizarro was just an innocent creature that was basically just created to kill Superman and think he is Superman. He's just not a very smart character. So you can say he's innocent as well. That's what I think of him. And then an episode called, another favorite of mine called The Late Mr. Kent, yes. Where you find out in the beginning, where we see in the beginning that there's a funeral going on near the river, that somebody died there. You see Lois laying there, you see Jimmy Olsen, Perry White, and saying of how nice this guy was. And of course, it's Clark Kent. You hear Superman narrate a little bit. But Clark Kent eventually is dead. And so Superman, it started off with him having to talk to a condemned man who was, he has this evidence to clear a condemned man. He tries to set this, the condemned man tries to tell Superman that he didn't murder him, but he's like, "Yeah, Clark, she can't rob people and stuff, but never kill anybody. So Clark, decides to help this guy as Clark Kent and not Superman. He gets evidence that he did not commit this murder, and his car blows up. He's going to go swim back up there with Superman, but can't because there's a boat and there's a guy that saw him, so he doesn't want to expose the secret, so he hides, and he has to let Clark Kent be dead for a while. Lois Lane refuses to let this go, and she's investigating his apartment if he had any extra pieces in there of evidence, of the condemned man. Lois, Superman comes and says, "Lois, you okay?" And she cries and like, "You know what? I teased him a lot, but I cared about him," showing that she might actually like Clark Kent, like him, but probably has more for Superman. And you find out there's a dirty cop named Detective Bowman who actually tried to kill Clark and is trying to condemn this man, and they're able to get the evidence on Bowman for doing this. He tries to kill Lois, but Clark stops him, and Superman stops him, and Bowman ends up in jail, and Superman ends up saving the condemned man, almost for get the electric chair, but Superman saves him, and so then Detective Bowman gets the electric chair. Bowman sits down in the electric chair and is like, "Wait a minute, how can he survive that unless Clark Kent is Superman?" But he'll never be able to find that out or tell anybody, because at the end of the episode they hit the switch and gets the poison, gets electrocuted basically. Gets the death penalty. So, but either way, it was a good episode. It was good. And definitely had an interesting story. I like that it was Dirty Cop that did it. Alright, another episode called Heavy Metal. This is where we have John Henry Irons. Here's another episode before this, but John Henry Irons, who is a ex-employee, because he quit, decides to basically follow Superman's example to help Superman out. He decided, oh, by the way, this is the real Black Superman. Was this episode 1997? Yeah, it was. And it's definitely better than that movie Still, which is Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, if you hated that movie, definitely watch this episode on Volume 2 of Superman the Animated Series called Heavy Metal, if you want to see a very good Still. Or Reign of the Superman, which I have Reign of the Superman. That Still is done definitely a lot better. And by the way, we don't need a Black Superman because Still is our Black Superman. Warner Brothers, since they're trying to make a Black Superman, just make a Still reboot. I mean, Still, I think, deserves a live-action movie. A good one, a great one, an awesome movie. Unlike the one we got in 1997, starring Shaq. But anyway, John Henry Irons decides to help him out, becomes a superhero called Still. But meanwhile, you have this robbery going on, and because of that, it's actually Metallo, who was, kind of back as himself with his normal face, and they repaired him. Him and Superman fight, he's able to use his kryptonite, oh, Superman, you can't get away from that, and he's like, kryptonite beams, kryptonite vision, not like Superman has heat vision, but kryptonite vision, uses his kryptonite vision on Superman, weakens Superman. He's like, I'm going to kill you, Superman. You left me in that rock alone. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear, I was terrified until they saved me, and they repaired me. He tries to get Superman, Still comes out to help him, and it's awesome. It's like, Still, Metallo comes to find Superman, and he's like, call me Still, I'm going to stop you, Metallo's like, oh, Still? Metallo, nice to meet another fellow metalhead. And they fight a little bit, and Superman does eventually come back and help. Metallo nearly kills Superman, and it was like, it's time for you to die, Superman. Metallo's like, yo, Metallo! And throws it at it, and just doesn't kill Metallo, probably didn't kill him, but with his hammer, he's like, it'll get him down. But it was a very entertaining episode. I loved it. One of my favorites of the series, one of the best, I think. It was awesome to see how they used Still in this, so I like that. Alright, those are my favorite episodes now. 2 episodes that I thought were okay. I didn't hate them, but I just thought they were okay episodes. there's just, the episodes of my favorite that I prefer more than this. That's just me. And the first is called Monkey Phone. Yeah, where you have a chimp named Tinto. This episode is basically takes apart from the chimp who made it big. An episode of the Adventure Superman series named Tinto, who basically he was Lois Lane's pet when she was a little girl, and you feel sorry for her when Tinto gets taken away. You feel bad for this monkey when he gets into space and he gets captured. He's in space for about 20 years, and after all that time, he does recognize Lois tries to watch him. He goes crazy, but all of a sudden Tinto, who was exposed to a radioactive asteroid, which makes him grow huge, freaking like King Kong almost, and he starts going around town, kind of terrorizing people and scaring them. We're not killing anybody, we're just causing damage. I like it though when he tries to get when he gets all these monkeys out, the family thinks that he's going to hurt them, and he walks away, and the kid waves, and this little monkey like waves too, which I thought was funny. Superman's able to fight Tinto a little bit. He makes a monkey out of Superman. Sorry, pun intended, but Superman's able to fight him back. And, it was an alright episode. I just didn't love it. I didn't mind the whole thing with Monkey. I thought that was kind of, well, I won't say silly, but I was like, okay. I thought it was just alright. It didn't make me cry or anything, but, anyway. It didn't make me cry or nothing. But I did feel sad for Lois, though, when she was a little girl. And then, of course, you got all the Journal Layman here. They would use this monkey toy to calm him down. And they send Tinto to an island where he can pretend to the creatures and be there where he belongs, because he can't be in Metropolis. He needs to be a place where he can live. But it was nice to see Tinto get a happy ending. But I just like I said, I thought the episode was fine. But I just like my favorite episodes more than this. I just enjoy my episodes more than that, in my opinion. And then another okay episode was called Prototype. Yeah, in a Prototype, you have John Henry Irons, who works for Rose Corp. He designs suits and stuff. He's a mechanic, and he works for Lex. He designs a sign for this cop, Sergeant Mills, who gets this suit and makes him really strong. And at first he's a good guy. He becomes Superman's friend, basically helps him save people from the fire. Shake Superman's hands tight just to mess with him. But eventually, over time, the guy becomes obsessed with the suit. He doesn't want to let the suit go. And over time, he just becomes enjoys the power too much, and he starts hurting criminals physically, starting hurting them. Nearly wants to kill one, and Superman has to stop him. In his police suit, and then Superman stop him. They take the suit away from him. He's like, I'm getting that suit back. Johnny Irons tells Superman after quitting Lex Corp, tells Superman that it's like taking away his arm. He's not the one to give it up. And he does come back for the suit, and Superman, of course, has to fight him and take the guy down. And the guy ends up in the hospital at the end. And, Superman tells John Henry Irons, I would like some help at the end. And John Henry Irons is like, that's a good idea. Oh, by the way, I think it was Michael Drone who voiced him. I can't say the actor's name, Michael Drone, but I believe it was Mr. Worf, Lieutenant Worf, from Star Trek Generations, which I think he would have been awesome still. I would have been curious to see that. I think he would have been a lot better than Shaq, in my opinion. I know he did, because he felt more of a real still than Shaq, in my opinion. Even though I've never seen that movie, but I've seen clips of it, and people talk about it. It's like, this is not looking good. But Prototype was alright. I just enjoyed a lot more episodes than that. Alright, and now I do have one least favorite episode. Alright, one more. My least favorite episode of Volume 2 was an episode called The Hand of Fate, where you have Dr. Fate coming in here. It's an evil demon named Lord Coracle is unleashed. He takes care of the Data Planet. He turns Lois and Jimmy into monsters, turns everybody into monsters. Dr. Fate doesn't want to help them. Dr. Fate comes to help. It was all about magic. Personally, I just thought this episode was boring. I nearly fell asleep through it. I didn't care for this episode. I'm sorry. I did not like it. Didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. I don't care about the Dr. Fate character. I'm sorry. He's like the magic doctor of the DC universe, kind of like Doctor Strange of the DC universe, is what I'm trying to say. But Doctor Strange to me is better because he has a better story, and he looks more cool with his mustache and beard and, you know, his awesome cape. So I'm sorry, I'm afraid of Doctor Strange when it comes to that magic. But Dr. Fate, I mean, the mask is cool when he puts it on, but I never thought he was an interesting character. DC sometimes just to me does not have very interesting characters, and he's just one of the characters that I'm just not a fan of. So, the Hand of Fate, I'm sorry. You could have brought any other character in. You know, could have brought in, you know, I know they brought in Batman this season, but, you know, why not bring in Wonder Woman or something? You know, that would have been awesome. I think I'd rather have an episode where he changes up Wonder Woman, but, oh well. But either way, I'd rather have that than the Hand of Fate. But, overall, I didn't like that episode. But overall, I keep sounding like a broken record. I just didn't like the episode. I just didn't care for it, but that's just me. But anyway, guys, that is it. We're 45 minutes in? Okay. Sorry if it took a while. But anyway, guys, those were my favorite episodes of Superman, my favorites, okay, and least favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series 1 and 2. Okay and least favorites, I'll put down in the description below. But guys, I will say I enjoyed Superman the Animated Series Volume 2. I thought this was awesome. Definitely check it out. In my opinion, it's definitely better than the first season so far. So far, it's becoming my favorite, but I can't say that yet until I watch Volume 3. So I'm not going to say it's my favorite yet, but I definitely liked it more than Volume 1. You know, I just thought 2 episodes were okay, and one I didn't like, but the rest of them I really enjoyed. But I just thought they amped it up a bit here, and I thought it just made it better. It just got better from here. It's enjoyable in my opinion. But guys, tell me in the comments down below if you've seen Superman the Animated Series Volume 2. What are your favorite episodes? You got any least favorite episodes that you thought were okay? If you've seen Superman the Animated Series Volume 2, tell me in the comments down below. What do you think of this season? And what are your favorite episodes of this? Tell me guys in the comments down below what you think of it. Alright. Then next I'll be talking about Volume 3. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. What'll be the next video. I guess you can say this is the last season of Superman the Animated Series. Yeah, I guess you can say the last one. This time when you do get Darkseid in here. Yeah. But I'll be getting next to Volume 3, where we do get more of Darkseid. So Superman the Animated Series Volume 3. Yep. Should be Volume 3. Yeah, Volume 3. I just said that I had Volume 4. I think I should have one. But Volume 3 is last. This is the last season, I guess you can say. But Superman did, of course, be in the Justice League animated series and stuff. So, and he was in Batman Beyond too. So, technically the last time you see him though. But Superman the Animated Series, Volume 3, this will be next, so I hope you guys look forward to that. My thoughts on favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series, Volume 3. This will be the last one to talk about. Then after this, we'll be getting into Smallville, talking about the 10 seasons, so, which I'll show that next time. But anyway, this will be the next video. Once again, guys, what are your favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series, Volume 2? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And for my rating for the series, despite the two okay episodes, at least fair, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 stars. And thumbs up. 5 out of 5 stars is my rating for this. I love Volume 2. I enjoyed it a lot. It was very enjoyable. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go relax a little bit because I got work for the next 2 days. So maybe on Saturday, I should be off Saturday. But Friday night, maybe I'll watch some episodes of Volume 3 and hopefully Saturday watch the rest of them and do a video on Saturday, probably. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Yeah, have a good night or a good day wherever you're at. Bye-bye. Bye.